The 2026 Chevrolet Silverado V8 has been hailed as a towing beast, a true symbol of American strength and engineering. On paper, the specs are impressive. Massive horsepower, high torque output, durable chassis, and advanced towing technologies. But in real-world towing scenarios, performance isn't always as flawless as the brochure might suggest. So, what's holding it back? Let's break down the reality behind the numbers, explore the hidden challenges that impact the Silverado's towing performance, and hear what the experts have to say about its true capabilities. Whether you're hauling equipment for work or towing a trailer for weekend adventures, understanding the deeper mechanics of your truck is key. 1. Engine performance, more than just horsepower. The 2026 Silverado's V8 engine is undeniably powerful. With over 400 horsepower and more than 450 pound-feet of torque, it delivers on the promise of muscle. However, expert engineers remind us that raw engine power doesn't always translate directly to towing strength in all environments. Altitude impact? At higher elevations, the air is thinner, which means less oxygen is available for combustion, while naturally aspirated engines like the Silverado V8 are robust at sea level. They can suffer significant power losses at altitude. Expert insight: you can lose up to 3% of engine power for every 1,000 feet in elevation, explains powertrain specialist Mark Rutledge. That's a big deal if you're towing a heavy load through the Rockies. Turbocharged engines are less affected by this phenomenon, as they force more air into the engine. This is where some competitors with turbocharged V6s might actually outperform the Silverado V8 in mountain towing. 2. Transmission, the silent workhorse. A towing vehicle's transmission is just as important as the engine. It determines how effectively torque is applied and whether the truck can maintain optimal performance under heavy stress. The 2026 Silverado V8 features a 10-speed automatic transmission built to handle the engine's torque. But like any machine, it has limits. Heat buildup. Under heavy loads, especially when going uphill, the transmission has to work harder. This generates heat, and too much heat can lead to thermal degradation, reduced performance, and long-term reliability issues. Expert insight: we see transmission overheating as one of the most common issues during towing tests, says Dr. Lyle Harper, a mechanical engineer specializing in drivetrain systems. The Silverado has a robust cooling system, but it's still vulnerable in extreme conditions. 3. Cooling system overload. Towing puts the entire engine under strain, and one of the first systems to show stress is the cooling system. The Silverado's radiator and cooling fan are larger than those in base models, but when you're pulling thousands of pounds, especially in hot weather, or at slow speeds, temperatures can spike. The auxiliary transmission cooler helps mitigate this, but the truck can still suffer if airflow is restricted or the radiator gets clogged with debris. Expert insight: an upgraded aftermarket fan and radiator combo can significantly improve towing reliability, says truck performance expert Jenna Lyons. Chevy's stock system is good, but not bulletproof. 4th, weight distribution and suspension strain. Even with the most powerful drivetrain, poor weight distribution can ruin your towing experience. The 2026 Silverado V8 has an updated frame and suspension designed to distribute weight more evenly, but real-world conditions can introduce problems. Uneven loads. When the trailer load isn't properly balanced, it causes sway or porpoising, bouncing motion, making it difficult to control the vehicle. The strain placed on rear suspension components and brakes can also lead to premature wear or dangerous situations. Expert insight: tow ratings assume perfect conditions, notes off-road trainer Hank DeLuca. But few people tow under ideal conditions. Hitch height, trailer balance, and tongue weight all have to be just right. Using a weight distribution hitch and proper loading techniques is critical, especially with heavier trailers. 5th, torque versus gear ratio. Torque gets trailers moving, but it's the gear ratio that determines how effectively that torque is delivered to the wheels. The Silverado V8's available axle ratios range from 3.23 to 3.73, which are decent for towing, but not ideal for all scenarios. A lower, numerically higher gear ratio like 4.10 can provide better towing acceleration and hill climbing ability, but it sacrifices fuel efficiency. Expert insight. GM chose gear ratios that balance fuel economy and towing, explains auto journalist Dave Connor. But if you're towing a 9,000-pound trailer uphill regularly, a different rear axle ratio might be worth it, even if it means sacrificing some mileage. The factory options don't always align with a buyer's unique towing needs. 6. Aerodynamic drag, the hidden killer. While many think of towing challenges in terms of weight, wind resistance plays a surprisingly large role, especially at highway speeds. The Silverado itself is a big, blocky truck. Add a tall trailer and you've essentially created a massive wall trying to punch through the air. Highway towing. Drag increases exponentially with speed, which is why towing a large RV at 70 miles per hour feels dramatically harder than at 55 miles per hour. Expert insight. Aerodynamic drag becomes the dominant force past 55 miles per hour, says mechanical engineer Sarah Lindholm. It's the difference between cruising and constantly fighting the wind. Trucks like the Silverado can benefit from trailer fairings or vortex generators to reduce drag, but few owners consider this when buying or setting up their rigs. 7. Trailer design and brake systems. Not all trailers are created equal. Heavier trailers should come with their own braking systems and sway control, but this isn't always the case. The Silverado V8 supports integrated trailer brake control, which is a huge advantage. But the effectiveness of that system depends on the trailer itself being up to par. Expert insight. Brakes are often the overlooked component, says towing safety specialist Mike Bradshaw. The Silverado's brakes are great, but they can't do it all. If the trailer brakes aren't functioning properly, it puts the entire load on the truck. 8. Payload and tongue weight. Towing capacity isn't just about the trailer. It's also about how much weight the truck itself is carrying. Payload includes passengers, cargo in the bed, and tongue weight, the downward force exerted by the trailer. The 2026 Silverado's maximum payload capacity varies depending on configuration, but even a small overload can throw off balance and reduce towing safety. Expert insight. A fully loaded bed plus a heavy trailer tongue can max out your rear axle, says fleet manager Jim Callan. That's when things like squat, poor handling, and brake fade show up fast. Owners should carefully calculate the combined gross vehicle weight and gross combined weight rating, GCWR, when towing large loads. 9. Electronic driver aids versus real-world conditions. The Silverado V8 comes with plenty of helpful towing tech, such as trailer sway control, tow haul mode, and an optional trailer camera system. But these tools are only as effective as the environment allows. Snow, crosswinds, uneven roads, and poor visibility can make these tools less effective, or in some cases, work against the driver. Expert insight. Towing software is fantastic when calibrated properly, says GM product tester Vanessa Tran. But no amount of tech replaces driver judgment. Sensors can be thrown off by dirt, misaligned trailers, or extreme angles. 10. Maintenance and wear. Towing pushes your Silverado harder than day-to-day commuting ever could. Regular maintenance becomes even more critical. Neglected oil changes, transmission fluid, and cooling system flushes can lead to premature breakdowns, especially when the vehicle is working at or near its max capacity. Expert insight. Tow every weekend? Then treat your Silverado like a work truck, says ASE Master Technician Brian Kemp. Stick to a severe service maintenance schedule. Skipping fluid changes is asking for trouble. The bottom line. It's a system, not just a spec. The The 2026 Silverado V8 is a towing powerhouse, but like every truck, its performance depends on the harmony between engine, transmission, aerodynamics, suspension, and brakes. A breakdown in any one of these areas will reduce towing capability. In summary, engine performance suffers at altitude without forced induction. Transmissions can overheat under strain, even with 10-speed gearing. Cooling systems are good, but must be maintained and upgraded in extreme conditions. Poor weight distribution and trailer design can ruin stability. Gear ratios matter, more than many realize. Aerodynamic drag is real and underrated. Brakes, both truck and trailer, must be fully functional and properly matched. Payload and tongue weight impact performance more than most think. Electronic aids help, but driver skill and judgment still matter. Maintenance is everything. What do you think? Do you own a 2026 Silverado V8? Have you noticed limitations when towing heavy loads? Share your thoughts and towing experiences in the comments below. We want to hear from real owners. And if you're hungry for more, don't miss our latest video breaking down the top 5 trucks with the best towing capacity in 2026. You might be surprised by which one takes the crown.